Welcome to our channel, love is everything.
Hey guys, welcome back to another Happy for Us video. So today I am coming at you with my budgeting series. But first I wanted to show you guys the bird food from Aldi. So my little test is that bird feeder right there. I don't know if you can see it. Let me see if I can come up higher with this. There you go. That's a better picture. Is the bird food that I was telling you that cost $25. As you can see, they're going over to it. And the bird food from Aldi, that bird feeder right there, guys, that little copper one, nothing. A couple sparrows, that's it. So, in all honesty, if the birds aren't coming, then I don't think it's worth the money. But my little one that had the $25 bird food, that's like a premium blend. They really, really, really love it. They obviously love it that much that they're all coming to that. So I'm gonna use the one that I have for now because I bought it for $8, but obviously it's an Aldi fail, so I don't recommend it. I'm gonna stick with the other bird food instead.
Hey guys, so I hope you liked that little clip of the birds. It was hilarious, right? Yeah, they totally didn't go for that. But hey, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. So it is what it is. On this video today, I want to show you guys ways to save money in your home with your budget and show you practical things that actually will decrease your spending out. And this really helps significantly. You would be amazed, a couple $100 actually. So I'm gonna make this like a 3-part video, but the first part's gonna be everything with home maintenance. So let's jump right into this. Let's go. You see this, guys? Every time I come to my basement, look at Oreo. These two, they follow me like a hawk. They want to get into the basement area, so they're trying to get in. Oh my gosh, they're so funny. Oreo, hi! Say hi, guys. Binks, say hi. Say hi. Say hi to everybody. Come on, Binks. Binks. Oreo. Nothing? We're quiet? Okay. Alright, let's go back to what we're going to show you guys. Okay guys, so this is our actual water heater. It's run by gas, and I want to show you guys how you're going to save at least $20 to $30 on your actual water bill every single month. It's awesome. First off, you need to change your water heater. Know this, put it somewhere for a mental note, at least every 6 years to even, I would say 6 years. It used to be 10, but every 6 years you should definitely get your water heater changed out, because if the water goes, which normally happens down here on the bottom, it would cost you hundreds of dollars to replace all your flooring. And if you have flooring done like we do, it would cost a lot of money. So you don't want to have to worry about that expense. What I want to show you guys on the heater is there's like a knob all the way on the bottom that'll show you certain buttons that you can actually decrease. Now, as you guys can see, ours is all the way on B, which is about 140. So obviously that's way too high. You want it down a lot lower than that. If you switch it to A, it'll bring it down to about 130. And if you switch it to hot, it'll bring it down to about 120. And that's generally where you want to keep your water heater. So you definitely want to do this, because what happens is it's running a lot of hot water, and with little kids it's not always necessary to have the water that hot. So by doing this, you're going to save yourself $20 to $30. Now, if you go on vacation for like a week or something like that, switch it to low, so that way you won't be spending as much money as well. Since you won't be here, you don't need to have that running as high. So that is definitely tip number 1 on how you can save $30 a month. So another thing you need to know about home maintenance, God forbid there is a leak, you can actually shut it off. Look for a shut-off valve like that, or it could be a circular, kind of like a little knob. I'll show you what I mean by that you can shut off of as well. This one particularly is connected to the water heater, so I wanted you guys to see that because God forbid there is water coming out like crazy, run for that first because that's the most important thing. There's also one that goes out to the street. I'm going to show you that one right now as well. So in here, basically we have our gas meter, our water meter. It's like our pantry area, but it's very dark. So I just wanted to show you there's an actual water shutoff as well that you want to definitely pull down if there's a water leak in your house and it can't be controlled, because it'll stop the water to the house, and this way you won't have a lot of mess to clean up. Very, very important, guys. Make sure you do that. The knob that I was telling you guys about looks like that. If you don't have the one that I just showed you, look for that and shut it off immediately. Very important. It'll save you hundreds of dollars, so you need to know where these things are in your home. Okay, so tip number 2. This is our washer. This is our dryer. And basically, what I do every time after I wash the laundry, generally anywhere in my house, I unplug appliances. At first I thought unplugging the dryer and unplugging the washer wouldn't really save me a lot of money. The bill came in. I saved over $20 just for unplugging appliances like this. So if you have a microwave or a toaster, a coffee maker, any appliances, anything that's drawing power that doesn't need to draw power, unplug your appliances. You're gonna save 20 bucks. The other thing I want to show you guys, our particular washer and dryer washer area has switches to shut off the water if need be. This is like an emergency type system that is very convenient. You turn these 2 knobs and it'll close the water so that God forbid there's a leak, it'll stop it. Because if you get water all over your floor, again, it's going to cost a lot of money. So just know to look for these 2 things. Generally, if they're on a sink, you can actually just flick the water switch off from underneath the sink and it'll stop. You want to be able to do that because it'll save you a lot of money. You don't want to have to replace floor. So always unplug your appliances. That is tip number 2. See, it's not in the outlet. The only thing I keep in the outlet is actually a light. And actually, generally because it's plugged in that way. I don't know why. It's so weird. But it is, so we have to unplug that too. This is my little washer and dryer. Let's move along. So tip number 3, this is our HVAC unit. It does basically central air and heat in our house. We purchased it 2 years ago for a really good price because we have a lot of awesome family friends who are in this type of business and they love us. So they wanted to help us out. What I want to show you guys is in the back of this unit, you have to look for every unit has a filter, basically. This filter needs to be changed every 3 months. It's generally a filter that runs on the size 16 by 20, and it looks just like this. Nothing spectacular, but what it does is it picks up any dust or anything like that from your actual vent system, and it can save you so much money in the end. So you want to change this out. All you have to do, very simple, just pull it out just like this. And actually, I think I can show you guys what it looks like. So you see a clean one, right? That's a clean one. And there's the dirty one, guys. Let's see if we can get a better view. Look at that, guys. This is only 3 months. So imagine if you leave this filter in for a lot more time. It would be gross. So you want to change it every 3 months because it's very important to maintain your unit. So we change it out every 3 months like clockwork. Actually, it's me doing all the work, guys, believe it or not. And I'm going to put this actual filter in this unit right now. So that's step number 3, guys. It's tip number 3, and it will save you so much money. Like, for real. That is so gross. Tip number 4. Another thing you need to know about in your house is where your electrical box is. God forbid there's something that's going on, like God forbid, a spark that could cause a fire. You need to be able to run to your electrical box. It looks like this. It'll save you so much money to know how to shut it off. All it is there's switches, and there should be a chart on your electrical box that'll show you everything and where it is for its purpose to know how to actually shut it all down if you need to shut it all down. So you just take the switch, flick it, and next thing you know, your power's off and safe to actually go about what you're doing. So tip number 5, God forbid your toilet starts to overflow. You actually have a shutoff valve there as well. This is our actual one toilet in one part of our house where there's a valve that you can turn it off. There's also one like this in your sink that you can look for. As you can see, it's right back behind that pipe. Look for those valves as well, because God forbid you have a water leak on your sink, you can actually shut it off immediately, which is very important. You need to know where these things are, because if you're not the stronger one in your family, like that doesn't know how to shut things off, then this is a very important step to understand how you're going to save so much money. The other thing is, the cool thing is, we had this built custom in our bathroom. So as I lift this up, this is the shutoff valve to our outside water. So by having this turned off during the winter, one, our pipes won't freeze. We actually have insulation on the pipe. And two, we save money because there's not water running outside all the time. So know around November to shut this off so you don't have it continuously running. We generally shut it off every time we use it to save money. And we do save a lot of money, guys. So definitely look for something like this in your home. Everybody's different, so I don't know exactly where yours would be, but look for it. It's very important to know. So tip number 5 is basically extermination in your home. People spend hundreds of dollars, I'm not kidding, on exterminators, and you don't need them for ants. You don't need them for mice. This is something that you guys can actually tackle on your own, and you will get rid of them. Trust me. What you need to do, if it's ants, just go buy ant traps, ant sprays. They work amazing, and put them down actually during the season that it's about to begin. Do not wait until you actually see ants. That's the mistake number 1. That's why you have this problem, because you waited too long. If you put the traps out right away, you're actually on top of it. So every April, I actually remind myself to put traps by my main doors, exiting out of my house, and by any area that I know that we might see ants come in. Generally for us, we get ants in the kitchen by our pet food area, because obviously we have cats and the ants can smell the food. So we usually have traps over there ahead of time, just in case. What I recommend to also save you money is to get a caulk gun and caulk around all your doors of point of entry. So this way, if they're getting in through a little tiny hole, they won't be able to do that because you caulked it, and that'll solve your problem right away. So always look to see where you can caulk to actually save so much money. And caulk doesn't cost a lot, guys. It's very affordable. You'd be amazed. It's not even like $7, $8 if that. So you get a caulk gun, go around your house, anywhere where you see cracks. Actually, I can show you in a second. I'll actually get up and show you guys where caulking needs to be done in my house. Hold on, let me show you. So as you guys can see, this would be a no-no, basically. This is by our basement back door, and it all needs to be caulked, obviously. So if I caulk this, there would be a guarantee that no particular bugs would get into my house, because I'm sealing the point of entry. I've been waiting for my husband to actually do it. He hasn't, so I'm gonna learn how to caulk and get it done, because it's something I do. It's not that hard, guys. It's very easy. It's just, I do a lot, so I'm trying to like give tasks out to other members of my family as well. So if this gets caulked, I guarantee you won't see anything coming in. Look for that. So continuing on with that, another extermination problem. Generally, what you're gonna find is, let's say you have a mouse problem. Mice like to run along pathways. See, this would be a pathway. This wouldn't be a pathway, it's just a regular floor. To save you guys hundreds of dollars, buy glue traps. They work fantastic. Put them along pathways like this where the mice are coming, and you'll save so much money, and you won't have to pay an exterminator, and your mouse problem will be gone. You just have to check it pretty consistent, and as they get caught on the mouse trap, you have to change them out. Now, let me flip back to me. So let's say you want to be a little bit less inhumane and you don't want to get the glue traps. They sell traps. I'll link it in my description on Amazon that the mouse will just run right into, and you can put food in there. It'll be in like a little tube, like kind of like how hamsters are. And what you'll do is you just take them and release them wherever you want. That's, I guess, peace of mind, so that you don't feel like you're actually hurting the little mouse. Some people are like that, so I want to show you that you can do it inhumane where it won't actually hurt the mouse. So that's another option. A lot of people say get cats. We have 3, and I can tell you we haven't had a mouse problem. There was one time, this is funny guys, I'll tell you a story. We had a situation where I had the bird food outside, didn't check the bag, brought the bag in, and it was the same, like literally 5 minutes. I hear something in the bag and I'm like, what is that? I go to look and it's a little mouse, guys. And I go, oh my God, nuh-uh. We've never had a mouse in our house. When I worked retail, we had mice all in the stock room. It was nuts. This is why I know about this kind of stuff, because I actually experienced it in life. So just to say real fast, I take the little bird food bag out to the backyard, let the mouse out, and since that day, I haven't seen anything. So I know that it got in from that 1 minute that literally I brought the bag in the house, because obviously it was outside. So after that, I learned a lesson, and I make sure that that's why the bird food are in containers now. I just put them right in there, and I never saw that problem again, obviously. It was hilarious. So, watch those kind of things, because that's what they're looking for. They're looking for food. It's a common thing. But that is tip number 4. And I'm telling you, you're going to save so much money when it comes to exterminating bills. Tip number 5, landscaping. For some reason, people think that they have to pay landscapers to take care of their yards, to make gardens, and it's beautiful, but you can do it yourself. If you want to know the truth, check out our other video. We saved so much money by actually doing it ourselves. You see that I created my own flower bed. I knew how to lay my grass seed down. I actually know how to mow with our lawnmower. I can work a trimmer, and I taught myself. I didn't ask anybody to show me. I actually taught myself how to do all this. Generally, a landscaper to mow your lawn, it depends on how big it is, can cost $40 to $60 to even $80, even more than that. So instead of having that budget, take that money and put it to somewhere of more use and actually do it yourself. You can save so much money in that retrospect. Another example, people like to call people to cut down trees. I don't know why. If the trees are not that high up, you can actually buy certain equipment that will actually cut the trees for you and then have it for years to come. We had that issue. Our one neighbor next door has like a forest. I don't know why. These yards are so small, but he has like all these bushes, big trees. Like, let's go. Like, really, I get that you want to have a forest, but sometimes in a little area, you don't need this massive tree in the center of your yard. I'm not kidding you guys. It's crazy. So what we had to do was all of his bushes started to come over to our side of the fence. At first, I didn't really mind it, I was being very neighborly and stuff like that. But then I realized birds were coming in and they were having nowhere to perch on the fence, because obviously all that landscape that he had was taking up so much yard space into our yard. It was actually like this is a straight line, and it was going like this. And when that happens, it's not fun anymore. Like, that's when you're like, okay, this stuff has to go. The person doesn't want to maintenance himself. We can do it, and we can do it without paying a lot of money. So I went to Aldi, and they had this long rechargeable like pole that had a saw on top, and it was like $80. Best purchase we ever made. We trimmed it all down ourselves, didn't have to pay any tree landscaper, nothing like that. We were able to save the cost. Anybody can do this. It'll save you so much money, especially in the summer season, because it starts to add up. You want to look for it and be able to do it yourself. So you will save a ton of money. You'll be surprised. I didn't think we would save that much money, but we did by just doing our own landscape. Not only do we do our landscape, but a good way to get your kids involved. If you have a son like we do, he's about 14 now, you can have him doing the lawns as well and making money in his pocket to start his own business. My husband generally does our front yard and 2 neighbors' yards, and he makes money. That's an extra income that we bring in every month. By every actually other week he does it, where we bring in money just for doing other people's yards, because they can't do it and they need somebody to cut it. And my husband's nice. He doesn't charge a fortune because he figures they're older and, you know, kindness matters. So he doesn't charge them as much and they pay him and it's extra money for our budget. So, hey guys, a win, right? That's how you make more income. Ways like that, you'll make more income. Look for it. You can do it yourselves. That's a great way to start an easy business to make some extra money if you need it. Cutting lawns is not rocket science. I couldn't believe how easy it was. All those years I was petrified to pick up a lawnmower. Now I can do it and I don't even think about it. It's so easy. Oh my God. Same thing with landscaping. I used to think, oh God, but then luckily my mother showed me things with flowers as a younger adult and I knew how to plant her whole entire flower bed. If you're a beginner, I recommend you starting out with like impatiens or petunias. They're easy flowers to put down. You just water them every day and they'll pretty much spread like wildflower. They cover your whole entire garden bed. So it makes it a lot easier for you so you don't have to do as much work. They also saw a mat so you don't have to pick up weeds that you can actually lay down first and then mulch it and you won't have as many weeds coming through. Same thing with vegetable gardens. We also have a vegetable garden and every time that we lay our vegetable garden, that's exactly what we do. So none of the weeds come through as much, so we don't have as much maintenance. Amazing idea, saves so much money. I'll make that tip number 6, get a vegetable garden. A compost bin, wonderful idea. Being the old school Mediterranean, we know how to do our vegetable gardens. We have a compost bin. My father even has a rain barrel. I'm going to make another video, but there is a video of my father's actual garden, so you can re-see it again. It's amazing, and everybody needs it, for sure. Okay, on to the next. So the last tip I want to show you guys with maintenance in your house, actually there's 2 things. The last 2 tips, basically, I'll put them together. One is vents. Anywhere where you have vents, you're going to want to clean them because as you clean them and make sure that they're clean, anything that isn't going through the filter that shows dust will actually cause you to have buildup and it won't be working as efficient. So I'm going to say 2 weeks we do it where we actually just wipe down the vents to make sure that there's nothing going in or out. You can actually call somebody on a yearly basis and have them maintenance your vents where they'll actually come out and clean them out for you. I think it's like $150 to $200 if you don't feel comfortable doing it yourself, but it's really not hard. As you can see, they have 2 screws. You can unscrew it and pretty much that's it. You just take it off and clean it and then put it right back. Very simple. Another thing I want to show you is right here. We have refrigerators. Now, every refrigerator is different. This is our smaller ones because we actually have drinks in there. But underneath here, you want to try and move it and clean anything because what will happen is underneath, this is tip number 7. What will happen is buildup will come with a lot of dust and you want to get under there and clean it so it works more efficient. Very important. When that dust comes, you'll see that it's not going to run as good. And sometimes what it will do is the temperature inside of the refrigerator, I don't think this one has one because it's a smaller refrigerator. It's just for downstairs. So let's say this was your temperature gauge right here. It'll show that it's running higher and you'll think that it's broken, but really it just might be that. So by cleaning that area, you're going to actually save yourself money than buying a whole new refrigerator, believe it. So what you want to do is make sure that this is running at like 37 degrees and just clean the bottom first before you try to replace the actual refrigerator. Oh, we have water bottles all over the place. Isn't that funny? See our little fridge? This is our drink fridge. It's nothing major. It just has all of our drinks so that we can grab and go. We always fill waters. Guys, don't buy this. Just so you know, this was an Aldi purchase. For some reason, everybody told me this LaCroix was the best stuff. I regret it, guys. Don't buy it. And now my family's laughing at me because I have to drink it. If I buy something, I have to drink it. I can't just get rid of it. So don't buy LaCroix. It's not good. But we love our green tea, like you know. We buy these from Walmart. They're like 67 cents. Let me just show you guys real quick. For my hubby for work, they're amazing. It's like sparkling water, so it's carbonated and it tastes like fruit water and there's hardly any calories or anything like that. If you see these flavors, pick them up. And then of course, like juice boxes and drinks for the kids. I just wanted to show you that though, because this is so important. This will save you a lot of money. You won't have to go out and buy a fridge. We purchased this little fridge, believe it or not. It has a freezer on top from Sam's Club, and I think it was like 200 and something. But again, this is our small kitchen area, so we don't really need a big refrigerator. That wasn't the purpose. And then right next to it, that's the gumball machine I was telling you guys about. I figured I should show you these things because I mentioned them in one of the videos. We have our freezer, and look guys, economia. You know when I talk about economia? Yep. That means that we're eating first whatever's in our stuff, and we're not buying a ton of meat so that we go and buy all this meat and put it all in our freezer and then it takes us forever to eat it. No, I want to clear it out so we can fill it back up the right way. So that's what we're doing with this. It's called budgeting, and budgeting the smart way. In this little freezer, that's our turkey for Easter. So that's it. That's what we have down here. And that's how we try to save money. We fill it up when we need to. In our little gumball machine. We have to get the outlet covers for this, and I have to patch that up. See that right there, guys? Yeah, that's a patch up I got to do. Believe it or not, I know how to paint, and I paint really well. But I have to get the covers. I tried a different cover, and it didn't fit. So I need bigger covers to fit that outlet, believe it or not. So this is like our basement movie theater area. I'll give you a quick pan of our kitchen. As you can see, I have the vacuum out. That's our little trash can movie theater. Right, cute. We just renovated this all, and it's not fully done. We have some other things to do. This is the kitchen sink area with our coffee maker for downstairs. That Bissell steam shot, amazing guys, highly recommend it. If you don't have one, get one. That's our bathroom. It's a full bathroom, and our back room door. And then I showed you guys this, I think, on a previous video. This is a little pantry area. This is where the fridge is going to go, but we have to move it there. So we have that light fixture to put up. We have a light fixture for the back. These planters are awesome. Aldi sells these planters too in the summer. I bought mine from Amazon, but look for them because they're even cheaper from Aldi. So that's like where our refrigerator is going to go. And we're going to put a stove here, which it's not necessary, but since it's a second kitchen, we're thinking that's what we're going to do. So it's not fully done, but we're almost there, guys. It's pretty awesome. Imagine having 2 kitchens in your home like that. I'm really thankful. That's really a lot more than one person needs, really. And to look out back, we have a lot of backyard work. Remember last video? I have a lot of cleaning to do in our backyard, but this is what I'm talking about with the neighbor. Look at this, guys. His tree is like overpowering in the middle of a yard. Like, oh my God. I don't know why he did that, but the tree goes all the way up. The yard's not even that big. You can see the back of our shed, basically our barn. That's where the fence ends. And then he has like all these bushes, and all the bushes, even that one back bush, is like all the way over on our stuff. We didn't do anything about that bush because, you know, we're like, whatever. But these bushes right here were so big. They were actually going over the fence, and the poor birds perch on the fence. And I feel bad because they can't get to the feeders. That's what I have to do now, guys. I had to fill my feeders today. And I felt bad for my birds because like they couldn't perch, and like they're so cute, and you know, I don't like doing that to them. So I actually would have to watch them trying to get room to like perch on there. So crazy. So that's my one project, is actually cutting that back, and it makes our yard look a lot nicer. Now I'm going to be actually re-landscaping again for the year. Since it's winter, I don't really do too much just yet, but now that spring has come, I'll be doing a lot back here. I have a lot of maintenance to do. So guys, let me click back to me. So guys, I hope you liked watching this whole video. I know, but it's gonna save you so much money. Really, the material that I just gave you from what I know will save you a lot of money. If you listen to what I'm saying, I know my stuff. Believe it or not, you're gonna save over $200, even more, between landscape and extermination. People pay for all that. You don't need to. You'll save so much money. You can do it yourself. I know you can do it yourself because we do it, and it doesn't take a rocket scientist. It's so easy. So I hope you guys love this video. This is part 1. There's going to be 2 more videos. Oh yeah, these are my cushions for outside. I have to put them there because that's like a safe place because the cats. Oh, let's not talk about cats. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Remember, love is everything, and we'll see you in our next video, guys. Bye, guys.